My name is Samuel Fowler. I'm currently in Memphis, Tennessee at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. My hometown is Kingsport, Tennessee, which is kind of like far northeast Tennessee.
My name is Katie Li. I am a fourth year medical student at Michigan State University, and my hometown is Ann Arbor, Michigan.
So when I was trying to decide where I wanted to do my one-way rotation in ophthalmology, I really wanted to go to kind of a more academic program than my institution at my home program. And after talking to some of the attendings, UW-Madison was very highly recommended. Our old program director works closely with the now chair at UW-Madison, thought the world of her. So it was an easy choice. Also been in the South my whole entire life. So kind of wanted to see what that Midwest lifestyle was like. And so luckily there were times worked out, kind of shot the application and worked out. And I'm very, very happy it did.
So I chose to do my away at UW-Madison because I had heard excellent things about the reputation of the school and also just the program in general from classmates from my medical school. And I also wanted to do an away rotation at a place where I could see myself doing residency, and being an away rotator there, I think really solidified all of that, but really helped me also get a sense of the city and the culture.
Awesome. And the next question is, what did you learn during your time here?
During my time at UW, I got to really interact with the residents and the faculty, and I got to learn a lot about the culture of the program and also see the faculty involvement and how dedicated they were, their different teaching styles. And I felt like I was exposed to all the subspecialties of ophthalmology too, which was really exciting. Getting cornea exposure, retina exposure, oculoplastics exposure in the outpatient clinic in the VA, and just kind of seeing a variety of pathology.
So the biggest thing I learned when I was up at UW basically was there's a lot of independence that I was given as an away student, which kind of surprised me, but I loved it. So obviously tons of faculty, tons of great mentors up at UW. And most of the times when I was in clinic with attendings, I was there by myself without a resident. So it provided me the opportunity to kind of act like the resident. And all the attendings were more than willing to let me do whatever I was comfortable with. So by the end of the rotation, I was seeing patients by myself, making assessment plans, and then presenting to the attending before they saw him. And it kind of just made me feel, gave me a lot of autonomy, which is nice as a medical student because you don't always get much of that. And it really helped me grow as a future ophthalmologist.
So one thing that I really enjoyed about the away rotation is that it was really organized, and they gave us a clinic schedule that really gave us free time to enjoy the city and not just be in clinic all the time. And I was there over the summer, so I was able to bike around, see the weather, try the local food places. I went to the farmers market a couple of times and I got to see that, and kind of chill by the lakeside. So I had a really great time in Madison. It reminded me a lot of my hometown, Ann Arbor, but with great big lakes, and I felt like it was just a great place to be in August.
So I honestly didn't really know what to expect when I first got to Madison, but the experience was honestly great. I was there in the middle of the summer, which is pretty primo time to be up in Madison for what I've been told. It gets a little chilly in the winter, but it's a larger city as a whole than I thought, but it doesn't really feel like a bigger city. I went to school in Knoxville, which is a college town more or less, and Madison definitely has that aspects, but it also has like pretty much everything you'd want in a bigger city. The thing I really loved about Madison, at least in the summer, and I've been told the winter's very active, is like there's so many things to do outside. There's tons of lakes, you can rent kayaks, canoes, tons of places to go run outside, and then the cycling there is kind of next level. I've been told it's one of the most bike-friendly places in the country. And so it was just really a great place to kind of get outdoor, get active. Didn't go to a ton of different restaurants. but the restaurants I went to were good. I definitely tried some cheese curds and all the other Wisconsin cuisine that you have to try when you're there. And then everyone's very friendly for the most part. Not even for the most part, everyone's really friendly. I'm from the South, so everyone's pretty friendly to begin with, but it was kind of a different kind. And then by the end of the trip, I was picking up on the oh yes and all that stuff, and couldn't even help myself.
So my goal for the future, first and foremost, starting with residency, I want to be the best ophthalmologist that I can be, the best clinician I can be, seeing a lot of patients, exposing myself to as much pathology as I can. So that's my first goal. And secondly, teaching is something that I really, really enjoy. So teaching and mentorship is definitely something that I want to incorporate in my future practice as an educator. And then lastly, I want to give back to the field through research. So I want to be involved in whether it's basic science or clinical research in residency and kind of beyond that, because that's something that I've really enjoyed. I did a dedicated year just in ophthalmology research, and vision research is really, really exciting to me.
Perfect. Well, I guess the biggest goal right now is to match ophthalmology, which is happening next Tuesday. So little stressful time right now, but once I get that, I definitely plan on doing my 4 years, doing a fellowship of some sorts, either glaucoma, retina, or whatever might strike me when I get into it. And then I always thought I was going to go into private practice. I worked in ophthalmology for 4 years before medical school. So I went to medical school wanting to be an ophthalmologist. But kind of just all the exposure I've gone so far, especially up at UW, the academic lifestyle, just having all the residents and all the learners around you is pretty great. When you're out on private practice, you're kind of out by yourself. And so I kind of miss that camaraderie, or basically your comrades in practice. But other than that, getting married here in June of this year. Hopefully in 10 years, we'll have a family, have a good job, and just living the dream of being an ophthalmologist.
I just like to say, I honestly think that Madison, rotating out Wisconsin, is a really, really great place to do an away rotation. It's just a program that's overflowing with kind, generous faculty who are really, really excited to teach students and mentor students. And I came from a medical school without an ophthalmology program, so I didn't have any mentors at my own school. And I felt like as Madison, the faculty kind of took me on and were really invested in mentoring me, and felt like they really had my best interest in mind. And beyond that, I think it was just a great city to be in August, and it was really fun. So I'd really recommend doing an away at Madison. It was great.
The application's getting closer for the class below us, so we've had a bunch of meetings trying to give advice and about aways and everything else. And I've told anyone that would listen to go to UW just because of the experience that you get there. The biggest thing with UW is just fully immerse yourself in it. And no one's going to be, if you don't know how to do anything, they're going to teach you how to do it. And so just try to get as many opportunities as you can. All the residents, all the fellows, all the attendings are wonderful. They're wonderful teachers. They want you to have a good experience while you're there. And then trying to think of places I would recommend in Madison. There's a lot. Definitely go on a bike ride around the lakes if the weather permits, and just get around. I know I didn't know anyone when I first started my aways, but then after being there, I met some people just around town, and I've met the other away students that we still talk today. And so just try to fully immerse yourself in the culture of Madison, because it really is a great culture.